Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Lake Elsinore Special. Today I was watching a story, and it was about a little girl named Maleah Davis, and she was murdered by her stepfather. He dropped her corpse off in Arkansas, all the way from Houston, Texas, and he made up a false narrative saying that he was attacked by three Hispanic gentlemen on a highway, hit upside his head with a metal pipe, and they abducted the little 4-year-old girl, which that was not the case. That wasn't the case at all. There's been past events all throughout the year of little Maleah Davis being transported to the hospital, and the doctors, even on one incident, decided that they need to do an emergency surgery because half of her skull was disconnected in her head, so they had to do emergency surgery. Now, the stepfather indicated that he was attacked by three Hispanic gentlemen, which was a bald-faced lie. And you might have to wonder, where was the mother at this time? The mother was at a funeral where she left her 1-year-old little boy and her 4-year-old daughter with this demon, this devil. I know sometimes it may be funny how I say devils, demons, witches, and warlocks, and I know it sounds stupid to some of you, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm aware of this. But I really mean it when I say there's some demons out there and some devils out there. Mind you, I work around children for a living. So anyone that harms little children, I ain't got no respect for it. You need to die. For real. Because I don't have children, but I can't imagine how some of you may feel if this happened to your little boy or if this happened to your little girl. Just put yourselves in the mother's shoes and just to imagine, how would you feel if someone did this to your child? Now, when I heard this story this morning, it highly upsetted me, 100%. Because the one thing that you don't want to hear about is abuse happening to children. But there's a message out there that I would like to inform all of the parents. All of the parents, the single mothers, the single fathers, this goes both ways. There is no one-sided argument when it comes to this. All of you single parents out there that's taking care of your child or your children, always remember, watch who you bring upon your children. Let me repeat that again. Watch whom you bring upon your children. Watch who you have hanging out with your children. Watch the person you bring into your home. Because it's not the weird neighbor that lives across the street. It's not the weird neighbor that lives right next door to you. It's not the weird dude that walks up and down the street early in the morning. It's always somebody you would least expect to do something horrific and harmful to your child. It's always the nephew. It's always the cousin. It's always the stepfather, the stepmother. It's always the uncle, the aunt. It's always the brother. It's always the sister. And sometimes, sadly, in these cases, it could be the own parent that will harmfully kill, rape, sexually assault, molest their child, your child. Like I said, there's some demons out there, some witches out there, some warlocks out there. I'm not playing when I say that. I know, like I said, I know it sounds dumb, but it's true. Some evil people out there. Now, there's also been other narratives that maybe the parents, the stepfather and the mother had their child killed, Maleah Davis, for insurance money. That hasn't been proven, but that's a narrative that's out there, just so you guys know. And my advice to you is just to watch whom you bring upon your children. I know you guys are single, you ladies are single, and you find somebody, you run into somebody, at the club or the bar, or you run into them at the liquor store, the grocery store, church, etc., school, etc. You know what I'm saying. I know you run into somebody and you like them, you think they're cute, and you want to get to know them, and you want to try to pursue some type of relationship with them. And that's fine, because we're all human beings, and there's somebody out there for anybody. I don't care what you look like, or how fat, or how skinny, or how short, or how tall you are. There's somebody out there for everybody. But one thing you need to realize is, when you have children, your children come first, before anybody. Before yourself, before your mother, before your brother, your father. You get what I'm saying? When you bring somebody in this world, they're your first priority, no matter what. Hands down. And if you're not ready for that type of commitment, you don't need to be having children. You need to be wrapping it up. You need to be on the depot shot, the birth control, whatever you want to call it, because there's many different forms. You need to be using protection. They even have female condoms out there that you can insert in a woman's, you know what I'm saying, little cuckoo. But anyways, you need to be protecting yourself. If you're not ready to dedicate your life, your soul, your blood, sweat, and tears to this child or children that you bring in this world, because it's not right. It's not fair. It's not fair to the children, and it's not fair to the child that you bring in the world because you don't want to grow up and you don't want to act right, but you want to open your legs and you want to put your pee-pee up in somebody. It's not fair to that child. It's not right. So my advice to you parents is when you have children, be ready to lay your life down on the line for your child, your children. And if you're not ready to have children, stop having sex. And if you don't want to stop having sex, jack off. And if you want to have sex rather than jack off, wear protection. Wrap it up. Peace.